everyone, and welcome to Kiwiradio.nz, our weekly showcase of Aotearoa music every Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m. New Zealand time, right here on the station, as well as simulcast on upfm.co.nz. This evening's guest is Ella Minehan. She grew up in a small farm on the outskirts of Christchurch in her early 20s, and I believe she was on television for some pop stars, TV show pop stars and everything. And I've been checking out her tracks. It's amazing. If you're into pop, check it out. In fact, we've got the artist right now, so let's just get straight into it.
Good.
Woo!
That makes me happy.
Hi,
Ella Minehan, hello, loud and clear. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very good, man. It's going well. It's going well here in Tamaki Makaurau, but you're in Christchurch, right?
I'm from Christchurch, but I'm also up in Tamaki Makaurau now too. I live here.
Oh, wicked. Well, I have to check out. There's no excuse for me to not go to one of your gigs in the upcoming future. Do you have any coming?
No, I actually just a couple of weeks ago I played my debut headline show at Big Fan in Morningside,
Awesome.
which was really neat. So nothing planned for now. I'm just taking a bit of a breather because it was just I've had a busy couple months, but no, it was really cool. And I just want to say big ups to you for pronouncing my name right. You got it on the first go, which is very rare.
Wow, there we go. The multilingual Ralphie here at Kiwi Radio. 100 plus episodes.
That's awesome.
It comes with practice. But thank you, Minehan. Where does that surname come from, if you don't mind me asking?
No, you're good. It's Irish.
Irish. Oh, top of the morning.
Yeah.
I did a couple of weeks in Dublin, and Irish have a gift of the gab. Hold you to it and see if that rings true for you as well. But it's great to have a podcast format because unlike commercial radio, we take our time, and that's all about. So we've got a 3 showcase with you today. So thank you for coming along.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, I'm so happy for you to be here. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your musical journey so far and where you're at 2024.
Right. Well, you covered the early days pretty good. I'm from rural Christchurch, so I probably turned to music because there wasn't much else going on down there, and I have been singing.
Christchurch.
Yeah. I've been singing like my whole life and writing music ever since I was really small. It's always been such like a massive love of my life, and I ended up loving it so much that I went to uni and studied it. I did a Bachelor of Commercial Music at Massey University in Wellington, and then I've been up in Auckland the past couple years. Working and also working on music, which has been really neat. I released my debut single at the end of 2021 called Written Lines. And I dabble in like the pop R&B world, but I've also over the past year or so been experimenting a bit within like the drum and bass dance world, which has been really rewarding and fantastic as well.
That's really awesome because I'm not sure if you're in the know, but we do simulcast right now on a techno dance station called UpFM.
Cool.
We used to be like super commercial on FM wide, and then now we're like super indie and web only. But we used to be up in Kaiba Pass, and I remember doing the midnight grave shifts over there. Oh, yeah, right. That was so good. But now here we are. Yeah, we're still going. So it's cool that you're doing the drum and bass stuff so we can hopefully spin your tracks there. And it's kind of cool to have different pockets of genres as well because you never quite know who will come across your music. So that's really cool.
That's so fun.
That's really cool. And your debut Written Lines, I do have it in the playlist here. So maybe after your interview, if you don't mind, we'll showcase that a little bit as well.
Like of course.
Plus one.
It's so funny listening to it. I was like a baby when I wrote it, and it's just crazy to hear that one and think about like how far I've come musically and
Yeah.
like lyrically and everything, but it still takes me back and I still love it. So yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Thank you. So as a music fan, I do like seeing that, journey. And
Yeah.
it is like really common for an artist to start off in one genre, find themselves again, as you mentioned, and then, go off in different branches. So that's really, really fun. And yeah, wow, that's awesome. It's a shame that I missed your show, but I hope to see more because
I'll let you know.
Yeah,
the next
please
one.
do. Yeah, you've got my email, so any plugs and anything like that.
So there's not quite shopping. I haven't made a song like that yet, but you've inspired me a bit. Maybe I'll have to. So basically, the song is this is my first single that I put out in March. The song is essentially about when you're in a toxic situationship and walk away from something that's no longer serving you, and you realize it's not really bringing you any positivity anymore. And this is you saying, in a kind way, like, I'm leaving you on scene. I'm done.
Oh, sassy, awesome! Can't wait to hear it. You're tuned into Kiwiradio.nz. Ella Meinhen, pronounced correctly, so I hear, is in the hot seat right now. Let's check out her music. Kiwiradio.nz. Hello to all the New Zealand music fans out there.
Imagination running wild, like 90 million miles an hour. I need an algorithm just to figure you out. Lock and unlock, back for non-stop. A little vacant when you're not around. Looking for love for 404 not found. I need some interference, come and get me out. Please get me now. Block and unblock, left on scene. But when I close my eyes I still see you moving with me side to side in my mind. It feels right, but I know it ain't right. I'll set you on deafen, do not disturb till I learn a lesson. Try ease the hurt, know that I'm a blessing and you're the curse. Gotta remind myself to put me first. La left you on scene. Left you on scene. Hope I didn't lead you on. I tend to lead myself down rabbit holes. The internet connection ain't a real connection. You think we're fair? Is this the final love? Said I didn't feel the spell. Lying, you didn't leave a mark. You got me 2 degrees from monumental decisions. This is doing my head. Is this what you wanted from the start? Left on scene. But when I close my eyes, I still see you moving with me side to side in my mind. It feels right, but I know it ain't right. I'll set you on deafen, do not disturb till I learn a lesson. Try ease the hurt, know that I'm a blessing and you're the curse. Gotta remind myself to put me first. La left you on scene. La left you on scene. La left you on scene.
Fun. Kiwiradio.nz. Ella Meinhen there with Red Receipts. There we go. So good. This is fun. Boogie on down. Friday night stars. It's great. On a Friday night stars on a Tuesday. Love it. Congratulations. This is fun. Good music.
Thank you, Sarah.
Awesome. So you mentioned earlier you were sort of dabbling in other genres. This next song has a few collaborators in it. Would that be one of them?
Yeah. So this next song is called Drowning. This was a record that I collaborated with two drum and bass producers on, Mylan and Altitude. And we put it out in August last year. And this one's special to me because it was like a big induction into previously I'd put out a kind of like house track record called Replicate with a Kiwi duo called Tues. But I wrote Drowning first. And so this kind of felt, this was like the first thing I did in that world. And I still really, really love it. And it's really special to me for that reason. But it kind of set the ball rolling on all of it.
And the DJs you collaborated with, have you heard about them spinning this in the clubs or anything? Has it been out?
Yeah, I actually had, I was lucky enough to perform Drowning live at Rhythm and Vine.
Oh,
just
fun.
being with Cam, Mylan, during his set, which was one of the most surreal experiences of my life. It was crazy. It was like 8:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve, and It was like the most insane crowd, easily the biggest crowd I've ever performed in front of. I think it was like 9,000 people or something, and we got to do this live, which was so special because it was the first time I'd done it live as well. So that was such an awesome experience.
Congratulations. What a milestone. I mean, only really 1% of Kiwi artists get to do that. Rhythm and Vines is a very big festival indeed. So I'm glad that
big up to Cam, and a very talented musician, and he does incredible things. So yeah, I was super grateful to be there.
And I've been to my fair share of raves. When I was doing the midnight grave shifts at Up FM, we'd always get invited to all the latest festivals, and it is pretty cool when a live vocalist would get up in between sets, and it just kind of gives that little moment of remembrance for the evening.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
It was really.
I don't know if you know the group called Body Rockers, but I remember that. And they'd get like the guitarist and singer up and in between DJ tracks, and it's a lot of fun. So how did the rest of the evening go for you? So you did your thing, performed Drowning live, and then did you get to kind of watch the rest of the set from the side stage, or did you?
Well, I was actually I closed Cam's set with him. So we did two songs. We did Drowning, and then we did this remix of a drum and bass song called Bittersweet Goodbye by Izzy Cross, which is quite a well-known song in like the drum and bass world. And so I was there, on the side of stage from the start, and I got to watch his entire set. And then I was so funny because I'd gone out at the start of his set and just had a look at the crowd, and I was a bit like, oh yeah, this seems like a few people, but didn't really think about it, and then came back out an hour later when I went on stage, and I was like, oh my god, because the crowd had like more than doubled since when I'd looked at it, and I was just like, oh my god, that's a lot of people. So, no, but it's always a joy to watch Cam do his thing, and I've seen him a few times now, and he's just very, very talented. So that was such a cool experience, and it took a long time to come down from cloud 9 after that. But luckily, my favorite drum and bass vocalist, Vicky Hill, was playing, and it was the first time I got to see her live. So I finished, did my thing, and then ran over to her stage and got to see that. And so it was an awesome night, and I ended up getting to meet her later on, and then we turned into 2024. So it was one of the coolest nights of my life, probably. Yeah.
And what a thing to remember, those kind of moments are priceless. And
absolutely.
And the perks of being a wonderful artist is such a talent such as Ella Mineham. So congratulations on that milestone. Many more to come, including being on Kiwi Radio, which is awesome. Keep it locked here. Ella Mineham is in the hot seat. This one goes up to the Up FM crowd, upfm.co.nz. Hello to you all.
You're the only warmth I can see when you're holding me. I'm drowning in memories, swimming in your You're begging, don't you let go, let go. Holding me deeper under. I'm numb, but I feel you're happy drifting if you are close. I'm drowning in memories, swimming in your back, and don't you let go, let go. Pulling me deeper under. I'm numb, but I feel you're happy drifting if you are close.
Kiwi Radio here every Tuesday night. 100+ episodes and more to come. By the way, if you want to know a little teaser, we have Chris Young coming in the show. You know, the multi-talented guitarist from Tadpole. If you're a 90s baby, you'll know who will be coming up in the show. And if you want to be part of the show as well, the best way to hit me up is Instagram.com/Kiwiradio.nz. You can also call in 09889855 while we do the live shows if you've got any requests for New Zealand music. It's got to be Aotearoa, of course. It's got such amazing talent in this wonderful country of ours. So, Alamine, saying it right every time, knocking it out of the park.
No, I've jinxed you now. I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta, as a DJ, have good pronunciation. Do you know any Irish? I know Irish people talk English, but like sometimes I don't understand the Irish.
I don't know any Irish, and I wish I did.
Top of the morning here.
It's such a beautiful language, and even just their accents are so melodic and so gorgeous. Honestly, it's next on my list. I've got a long list of things I'm learning and stuff, but I really would love to learn. It's Gaelic, isn't it?
I don't know, but I
I
remember
think that's what the language is called.
I was traveling with 40 or so Australians and Kiwis, and we were with the Irish people as well, getting to know the natives. But the Irish people really love their music, and I guess so do we as Kiwis.
Yeah.
And we were having sing-alongs on the bus tour, you know, with guitars and stuff. It was so fun. Such good memories.
Cool.
That'd
be awesome.
Planning to go back over there, Europe?
I've never been to Ireland, and I really, really want to go. So it has to happen sometime in the next few years. I'd love to, go back there and see where my roots come from.
There's a few areas that have tension, of course, with historical, tension
right.
between tribes and that's still going on. But yeah, it's really interesting if you're, a fan of history and stuff. I definitely recommend it. But anyways, so you're basically Kiwi though, right? With your accent and everything. Yeah.
No, I'm fully Kiwi.
Kiwinized. That's like me, man. I was born in the Philippines, and
wow.
You couldn't tell, right? Most Filipinos have an American accent, Mom. But I went over. As a holiday actually a few weeks back for my brother's wedding in Manila, and it was a bit of an eye opener. And
Right.
there's big patches of poverty and everything, and then there's really developed areas as well, like within 15-minute radar. And I'm like,
Right.
we have it good in New Zealand, especially with
We
scenery
do.
and like clean bottled, like clean water. I mean, not having
Yeah.
to drink.
And it takes like leaving the country
Yeah,
to
for sure.
realize, you don't realize until you're gone how good it is. So
Yeah.
no, we're very lucky here.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, hopefully with your music and everything, it takes you to new places and everything like that. And while
cool.
you're young, definitely do it. Recommend it for sure. So this record that you've been working on, has it been a long time coming, you think?
Like what I'm doing at the moment?
Yeah, like with all these new tracks, do they come like really quickly? Do you sort of start off on a piano or a guitar and then take it to a producer? Like, tell us a little bit of a glimpse of the process.
Yeah, it's always a little bit different, to be honest, because I work with quite a large range of producers, and I like experimenting. Often they'll send me through like the bones of a track, and I'll write vocals to that, like to what they've sent me, and then it'll go back to them, and they'll change a whole bunch of stuff, and it might come back to me, and I'll change stuff as well. And so it's always different. If it's just me on my own, I'll often write to like chords, like piano chords or something. Sometimes I just get lyrics. Sometimes I'll just get a melody. Like it's always really different, and my process tends to change each time. But I can usually pop out a song relatively quickly, which is nice. It's like I'll get the idea for it, and I'll be working on it from there. And if I hit a roadblock, I'll leave it and I'll head off, or I'll stick on it until I finish it. And then that's kind of how it goes.
Speaking of inspiration, and you being the lyricist and the composer of words and things like that, is it sort of like a best time for you? Are you a 3 a.m. kind of gal, or?
I'm trying to be better about it now. I'm in that stage of my life where like sleep is most important. So there's less of the really, really, really late things, but I definitely am like I've always been a creature of the night. So I am most inspired in the evening, I think. And sometimes I do stay up, and it'll just come to me, and I try and let it happen relatively authentically. And then sometimes I'll be like, right, no, this is music time. I need to lock in and do this. But I've definitely never had any kind of inspiration in the morning. I'm not a morning person, and I never will be. And I'd hate to think what would come, the stuff that would come out of me if I was trying to write a song. It'd be horrendous and grumpy, and yeah.
No, just for New Zealand stats reasons, I read in a book that a third of people are morning people, a third are evening, and a third somewhere in between. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So not a morning person. Now,
what about you?
Me, for like creatively, because I do write myself.
Cool.
Ralphie.bandcamp.com, RALPHE.bandcamp.com.
Nice.
I tend to be a 3 a.m. person. It's like,
nice.
Yeah, because I'm a dad as well of a young.
How awesome!
Yeah,
you got to find a time when you can, right?
Exactly. So that's like my little moment. But even before being a dad, it was always sort of like 3 a.m. because I think the world's just a little quieter then.
Yeah, it is nice. But that weird juxtaposition of like your kids going kind of crazy when everything's so silent. I used to love that during uni. Is like I would find the most inspiration, or I'd be at my best when everyone else had gone to sleep, because it was like the only time you can really think.
Yeah.
So I love that.
How I see it too, because 3 a.m. is kind of like when you're not getting 100% of oxygen in your brain, and so your brain starts to misfire as well. So you get those. I mean, that's just I'm not a scientist, but there's no backing for that kind of claim, but. Yeah, I just always thought, that's with the misfiring of brainwaves, that's kind of when you get the happy mistakes. And
that's cool. I like that.
Now, congratulations. You're doing the press round, of course. It's very, very important to do the press round after So
Yeah.
you're actually doing 2-in-1 right now with 2 different radio stations, Kiwiradio.nz
Oh, great.
and upfm.co.nz. And we do have a crowd listening in right now in 2 different countries. So hello to you all. Again, you can call in 098889 you want to request any Kiwi tracks. And speaking of that, you recommended me a song, which I'll play a little bit later. Frankie Venter will be coming up with a track called Fine. We'll play that, but you are down to your very last song for the 3-song set. Tell us about First Light.
The First Light was like the final track that I released from the project that I created during uni. So for me, it kind of like signified the end of an era, kind of like the end of my young growing up era as well, I feel. And it was, I still really love this track. It was all about what can happen when you don't let past trauma dictate future relationships, and it details that moment of letting go of your ghosts and fears to allow yourself to connect with someone new, like giving into that unknown and saying, I'm not going to let the past catch up with me. I'm just letting go of that and shedding that. So yeah, this was produced by Johan De Silva, who I made that project with, and it just holds special meaning in that sense that it was the conclusion of an era for me, and it'll always be quite special because of that. So yeah, it's a bit darker, it's a bit moodier, it's like a world away from First Light, even though it's still pop, but it's definitely, it's got a darker and more tone to it, I think. So I wanted to give you a little range tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to hear the different palettes. That's what I love about 3-song sets as a showcase, because it makes artists really think about which ones to highlight, and showing a bit of diversity is really actually quite
cool. Well, I want to give you a little bit of everything, because that's literally what I've been doing of late, because I can't stick in one lane and I don't want to. So
there we go.
It's a good insight into who I am, I guess.
Ella Minehan singing your little heart out there. Kiwi Radio. We'll do the wrap up shortly.
My husband loved us sad and jaded. Since then I've been sad on salvation, but now my instincts escaping. Slowly drifted in this state. A push and pull, a give or take. You know you're free to walk away. Hey, 'cause one step in you're on your own. If I'ma fall, you'll fall as well. No getting out, but you feel more than you've ever known. Wanna know what mine is. Gotta show that you know how to treat it. And all about, make me feel like I'm what you truly love. Wanna know what mine is. Gotta show that you know how to keep it. Stop the blind, if you can prove yourself, you got till first light. Or out, we took a leap and found ourselves. I would have bet on anyone to draw me in, not you, not no one else. There's no one else. Only you could break the lock I put out for myself. Hey. Slowly drifted in this state. A push and pull, a give or take. You know you're free to walk away. Hey. 'Cause one step in, you're on your own. If I'ma fall, you'll fall as well. No getting out, but you feel more than you've ever known. Wanna know what mine is. Gotta show that you know how to treat it. And all about, make me feel like I'm what you truly love. Wanna know what mine is. Gotta show that you know how to keep it. Stop the blind, if you can prove yourself, you got till first light.
Ooh, so moody. Love it. Ella Minehand, that's actually my favorite out of the three. I don't know.
Oh, really?
When artists say dark, I don't know. It's really cinematic. Like I can see that as an intro for a theme song for something.
Ooh.
I really love
Yeah,
that pitched down vocal too. What's that all about?
Yeah, so I went through a phase of just being obsessed with outros. So of course, poor Johan, I was like, we need an outro for the song, and then he literally just like, I think he just dropped the vocal down to like half speed and shifted the pitch down the octave or whatever on the chorus that I'd already recorded or whatever, and it sounds, it's so random. I feel like it's so unexpected, but I love it, and it just really helps, encapsulate the tone of the track.
My music taste spans many genres, and I'm a avid collector of CDs, so as New Zealand music is big up there and it's got its own shelf and everything. But I've been listening to a little bit of Billie Eilish recently, and the thing I like about her is she is so like, it is like dark and moody. I was listening to an interview once, and because I think she produces with her brother, I believe. And so the brother's like the audio engineer, and she's like the creative like writer, and then she would still kind of record stuff herself on Pro Tools or Logic or whatever it is. And she kind of like made this really, she was like recording in the basement of their parents or something, and recording like a really bad bass amplifier, and it kind of went like this. He's like, oh man, like if we just kind of let that do its thing, that's going to break a lot of speakers. So it was cool that he kind of tamed the ideas. And yeah, I think that's what's happening with you right now. You're working with some sick ass producers, and you've obviously got, it's all about the song in the end, but it's good to have that little bit of ear candy, right? And I can hear that.
Yeah.
I can hear that in your music, like with the pitched down vocals and stuff. It's kind of really interesting to hear. Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, it's little things that set it a bit apart. Like Red Receipt, the first song, the hook of that track, I love because we made it, and immediately I was like, oh shit, this is really cool.
Yeah, I immediately want to listen to that song again. Like, so good.
But on the Red Receipt hook, I co-wrote the song with a really talented Kiwi artist, Abby Knudsen, who goes by Missy. And it was so funny because when we were recording it, we were doing just like layering vocals in the chorus, and she came in with this crazy accent, because we only accented like certain words to thicken it up, and it was so funny. She comes in with this like crazy, if you listen to the song, it sounded so wild, isolated, and then when you put it with all the vocals, it just like, it all fits together so perfectly. It was crazy. When I was listening to her doing it, I was like, oh, I don't know how to feel about this, and then I heard it all there, and I was like, that is insane, so you never know what little things going on in the background or little changes and adjustments can do to like create that sound, because it was so special and so cool.
When you're doing sound design like that with a producer, how do you know when you've kind of got it right? Because there can be endless tweaking really these days.
Oh yeah, I'm notoriously bad as well.
Really?
I'm a bit of a perfectionist with vocals, so I love like vocal arranging and stuff. It's one of my passions and one of the things I can actually do in the recording space, and so I will not stop. Like I will just keep going, and then they'll need to be like, okay, I think we've got enough. We can chill out on this now. So for me, Jono, never. When someone tells you to stop, then you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah. It is cool to kind of have a producer to say, trying to get the best out of the vocal artist. And I feel like your voice really can zigzag wherever they really want you to go. And I mean, we've heard you in the drum and bass realm now, and sort of a poppy number at the start. And now this third one's got me really thinking about Ella Minehand now, because you say it's dark, but it's still like really cool to listen to.
Oh,
I just think it's cool. Like you can go from like dark to somber or depressive, but you're in the cool realm where it's sort of like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it
Thank you
goes
so
to
much.
show. I mean, LMI's, 38,000 streams and on Spotify. You were also on the top 20 New Zealand singles as well, and Rolling Stone Australia. So you are making waves,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited.
Been a cool couple weeks for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
No,
let's
that's
do
cool.
the
Thank you
plug
so much.
now. There's 3 songs here. So if you want to hear more about Ella Minehan, the best link I found was Linktree, which is linktr.ee/Ella Minehan. Is there anything I've missed? But that's got
No, that's
links,
great.
right?
You can
Yeah.
talk whatever the platform of choice is. I'll be there. So yeah, no, that's great.
No, that's awesome. Hey, thank you so much for doing the radio press this evening, 2 and 1 there for a Tuesday night.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This was so cool.
And we do replay these shows as well. So if you're catching this in the future, yeah, we're very, Ella Minehan's probably up there already next to Billie Eilish. So
all right.
Before you go, though, out of curiosity, we're going to share the love a little bit, and we've got to play some other New Zealand music artists as well. And you actually recommended an artist that I've never heard of, which is really weird because I feel like I know the scene, but not this one.
Yeah.
So Frankie Venter, who's that?
So she's really young. She's a bit of a baby, and she's come onto the scene in the past maybe like year or two.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a young kid, and she's awesome. She's so talented, and her voice is so unique and so cool. And I love her music. I think she's awesome, and she's really, really lovely as well. So yeah.
Wouldn't it be
very
cool if there's a duet in the future for you guys?
That would be really cool. I haven't
Yeah.
had the chance to work with
Another vocalist?
like another vocalist on a song, male or female.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Sometimes it just takes it to the next level, right? I'm a big fan of like male-female duets.
Oh, for sure. They just hit a bit different.
Let's
But,
cruise, no way. Like really cringe and cheesy, but
But that's great when you can do one up the octave, one down the octave. It's special.
There's some special female to female duets too. Can you think of any?
Immediately Beyonce and Miley Cyrus.
Oh, which song is that?
That was like on these new albums. They collabed on a song called Most Wanted, and I'm like they're both my childhood. Like young Ella loved Miley and Hannah Montana more than I wanted to breathe, pretty much. And then as I got a bit older, Beyonce's been my number one. So that was like so surprising as well, because Beyonce always keeps her collaborations like so top secret, and that was
she drops
that
albums
was very, very cool.
She drops albums on the evening like with no lead up or anything.
Oh yeah. So and their voices are so powerful in different ways as well. They've always had this really rich, beautiful, full voices. So
I've got a Beyonce story. I've got a Beyonce story. When I was doing the England OE, I was actually like a waiter to a lot of celebrities and driver.
No stop.
Like Ewan McGregor, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, the Clintons. But anyways, so I'd go to these like festivals. I'd sometimes drive them in that and all that sort of stuff. But I remember this one V festival. We actually did a pop-up stand for a chips company. I won't say who because they're not a sponsor, but it was a very well-known, potato chips company. And I got to be their ambassador and walk around this music festival fully geared up, giving away free potato chips. And I felt like Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber. And I just remember sitting in like full suit. We had the models, the girls with me as well. And we were just kind of sitting here, giving away free food, listening to Beyonce in the background. And it was like a, free ticket to that. And she's cool, man. Her show is cool. Like she kind of does a lot of narration in between. Like, so it's almost like you're watching a movie. It was cool.
Wow. Yeah. No, I had the absolute pleasure of getting to see her on the Renaissance World Tour she did last year in London, and it was the best night of my life. It was so incredible, and she is just like in person, everything and more you could ever want from a performer. Like oh God, it gave me chills the entire night. I was like, I'm done now. I'm good.
No, you're making waves too, so I'm very excited. I'm going to keep my finger on the pulse if you. I mean, I've got no excuse. I'm in the same city. Although
I know.
I'm kind of like 40 minutes out from Central, so I really need to make an effort. But you know, I feel like it's it's justified with you. So I'll keep an eye out for the gig guide, especially with this track 3, man. I hope to hear that live. It's all good.
Oh, all right.
You're set at Big Pop. You recently did that. What was that like in terms of instrumentation? How did you pull that off? Did you have a band? What did you do? What did it look like?
So it was Big Fan, the venue, and it was something that I'd been meaning to do for a while, and it was such an awesome night. I had an awesome band with me, Ethan Duke, Adam Spencer, Jaden Welsh. You know, I had Gat, drums, and bass, and they were fantastic, really, really talented guys, and they brought my vision to life perfectly, which was so neat. And then I also did a section of the show, like a drum and bass dance section, because I wanted the show to represent who I am, what I've done, and what's to come as well. And so that just felt really integral to me and my story. And so, yeah, I got Mylan, who co-produced that track, Drowning, the second track we played. He came and live DJ'd a section of the show where I did, Drowning. I did some songs that I've done, and I did some unreleased music to come as well, and that was really incredible as well. So yeah, all in all, it was just the coolest night ever, and the response from the people I had there and people who couldn't be there but watched stories religiously was awesome. Yeah. And so cool.
Hey, you're so cool. Ella Minehin in the hot seat. Again, that's linktr.ee/Ella Minehin. She's also on all the socials with the same handle. Look, it's been a real pleasure. I think you're definitely an artist to watch, and congratulations on the music so far, given the good vibes. You're an incredible vocalist, writer, artist, creative, and I wish you all the best for 2024 and be wishing you a cool journey, and I hope you stay cool and stay creative. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Any final words?
Good luck with your child.
Hey man,
yeah,
he's already on the music train there.
Oh, awesome! You gotta start them young.
We found a little like $1 microphone at a thrift store that you press the button and it records like a 5-second recording, and he's obsessed with it. He'd be like, he's obsessed with Ninja Turtles, so he's like Teenage Mutant Ninja, and he'll like play it back and he'll be like, whoa, like, and that's how it started for me. I remember like I don't know if anyone remembers cassettes, but I used to overdub a cassette, layer a track, and then like overdub it on another cassette, and that was like my working. Oh, we've gone so far.
He was like, I'm a DJ.
Yeah, I'm a DJ. I actually used to radio host with my mate Fraser at 6 years old. We used to like pretend we had a radio show, and here we go, still doing it.
Oh, that's awesome. If you were forming some variation of your dream when you were little, then what were you doing? Exactly
right. Actually, before you go, what was one of the earliest memories for music with you? Is there any fun stories?
Do I have any fun stories? First song I ever wrote, and it's so embarrassing. I think I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And you don't have a lot of real world experience at that point in your life. It's not a lot going on. And I think I'm positive that I called this home, and I was writing about being left at home because my mum, I believe, had gone out somewhere, and I failed to mention that I had a babysitter and my 2 other sisters with me. But in my head, I was just like, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling alone. So
feelings.
I'd like to say with in terms of compositions from there, but we all got to start somewhere, right?
Well, yeah, as a creative writer, you got to kind of glorify like the real story behind the story, you kind of
It's just being creative. Yeah. I still do that to this day. I like take an idea and I will just write whatever I want about it. It doesn't even have to be real. It doesn't even have to be about me. It can be about a character, but I'll write a narrative.
Mm.
And then I'll be like, yeah, okay, that works.
So you haven't been to Ireland yet, but I see on the Instagram feed, instagram.com/Ella Minehan, go follow, that you've been around other places, sort of like Italy, Greece.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Fun?
So, no, this was just when you're doing Europe and when you're doing like England and all of it's multiple trips.
Yeah.
You're never going to get where you want to go in one.
Yeah.
So that was like the first trip was to knock off the Italy, the Greece, the Spain, all those places. And then the second trip is going to be the Ireland, hopefully Scotland, a bit homelier, I guess we could say, a bit slightly more grounded. So it's on the cards, I promise. I'm not a fake Irish. I love potatoes more than I love to breathe.
You're not even a hint of Irish at the moment. I kind of don't believe you, but I believe you.
No,
all the
shit that I caught with this name that people struggle to pronounce.
You said a curse word. You are Irish. Yeah, cool.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're a midnight show anyway, so I'm totally as.
But I get.
Woo!
Hey, that's cool.
Nah, it's been really cool. Hey, look, I think I could talk to you for hours, but I'm just really enjoying your music, and it's really fun to talk to the artists behind the music because I feel like as a listener, as a fan, you kind of connect a bit more as well, and you do get to hear the stories behind the inspiration. So that's really fun. Do you have any merch?
I don't, and I'm an avid shopaholic. I love clothes, so it seems pretty that I haven't capitalized. I've got enough. I've got enough stuff as it is, but might as well just make my own, and then.
Hey, we can get stuck in the consumerist loop as well, but I find that you're kind of more credible because you don't have merch because you're all about the music, right? So.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I've just been focusing real hard on the music.
Right.
That's
the number one.
That's what we'll go with. No, I'm hoping to do some merch sometime in the near future. It would be cool.
For me, and it's not about me at all, but Bandcamp and CDs or vinyl. That's kind of like the top three. But Bandcamp as well is really cool because you get to support artists directly. In fact, if you are a Bandcamp fan, if you head over to Kiwiradio.nz. Right now, we do put up people's albums and links and recommendations. But Ella Minehan, thank you so much. I won't take any more of your time. We are wrapping up the show. It is the fastest hour of radio. We've got 7 minutes to go. So if you're still listening right now, I've lined up 2 tracks that were recommended. So Frankie Vento will be next, which is a Kiwi song. A baby in the industry, as you mentioned. But also, I'm going to go all out with a bit of that Beyonce number at the end as well, because that'll be a bit fun.
Nice.
Hey.
You're going to love it.
Okay. Well, anyways, stay cool, stay creative. Ella Minehan, that's the show.
Thanks for having me.
Christchurch. Cha-cha, Christchurch.
This is Up FM.
And thank you very much for listening to upfm.co.nz as well as kiwiradio.nz. I'm going to hang up now with Ella. She was fun and such a cool artist. Man, that third song, what more that? But anyway, let's go. This is a track called Fine. It is with
It's another Saturday at this party that I hate. I'm just trying to be cool for you. Show herself, alcohol's bad for my health. I'm not with nobody else. 'Cause everybody here is fucked up. I'll be out of here in 10 months. And my friends, yeah, they're all fake. And the sky's all in my face. Ask me if I'll be okay. Well, I guess I'll be fine. I'm still on my way. I can't really complain. It's fine. You tell me all the ways things could song.